Stephen, what are your thoughts on the comments from JaMarcus Shephard and then Nick Sheridan? And
you now have to ask yourself, is Ryan Williams really the best receiver in the entire room? Or you ask yourself, are there guys really getting open and they're not being seen? Caleb Odom was getting open in that game. Caleb Odom was not being seen. That 6'5" young man was highly upset. You look at guys like Emmanuel Henderson, who works his tail off. He's not getting enough play. You look at guys like Cole Adams, who works his tail off. And he is not getting enough play. You look at Kendrick Law, who only got, 4 touches throughout the game? And yes, I know he had the boneheaded mistake in the fourth quarter.
That was the end of the game.
That was the end of the game.
Yeah.
So here's my thing. Guys are getting open. If you look at the all 22 cam, guys are open. It's either they're not being looked at or the ball is not being distributed accurately to them. Those guys are getting open on the football field. It ain't just Ryan Williams getting open. And Ryan's a tremendous talent. Other guys are getting open. Other guys are showing themselves and say, hey, I'm right here. You even seeing tight ends getting open.
Stephen, I'm glad you mentioned Caleb Odom because ever since he committed to Alabama, I've been a huge supporter of him. First of all, we literally moved him from tight end to wide receiver at the start before the season started for a reason. So why do we only have him out there blocking? That makes no sense. As big as he is, we should be, because he's not just big, he's fast. We should be utilizing him. And for Milroe, as long as he's been at Alabama, and for him, he should be going to the draft this year. Why he's not seeing these guys? The progressions ain't looking right. I mean, I just don't get why it seems like he's kind of going backwards.
Starting off with Caleb Odom, this was the biggest frustration that Bama Nation had years back with O.J. Howard. As big as O.J. was, as talented as O.J. was, it's like, why is 88 not getting the ball? And it wasn't until the playoff of the 2015 season that Lane Kiffin finally looked to the other side of the play sheet and went, oh, I do have a 6'6" tight end? Oh, I didn't notice. Mind bomb, get him the football. And then you finally get him the football and you see, oh, OJ can play. He always could.
Exactly.
You were just oblivious to the fact that he could play. It's the same thing with Caleb Odom. JaMarcus Shephard literally pulls this man from the tight end room and says, you are going to be a receiver. We are going to use you. I go back to the Rose Bowl prep week. We took on Bama took on Michigan last year. Michigan was so fortunate that Caleb Odom couldn't play in that game because that kid was just mossing people in the Rose Bowl prep. Then you go from spring ball to summer workouts to fall camp. The guy just continued to impress out there. So if he's that impressive, which I've seen it for myself, he is, why is he not getting the ball? And on the jump ball pattern, you throw a jump ball to 5'11" Ryan Williams when you got 6'5" Caleb Odom on the other side, to where you have to throw it pretty to Ryan Williams. You don't have to throw it pretty to Caleb Odom. Just throw that puppy up there. He's 6'5".
He's gonna get it.
He's gonna get the thing. So that's the issue. It ain't the fact that the ball goes where it's supposed to went to. No, there are receivers running open, and the eyeballs are not hitting that receiver to get that receiver the football. And then, if there is still a problem with Milroe seeing the entire field, here's what you do. You scheme the play to the side of the field where that play is going to go to, and you make sure, hey, this is where that play is going to. You read this side of the field. If he can't read the whole field,